Thanks for tuning in. Today I want to do a what's in my bag and first impressions of my Chanel O case. Specifically this one right here. This is the very special O case that I got as a holiday gift from Chanel last year. So this was for 2020. And I had recently gotten a request as well to share what fits inside. So I wanted to do that quickly so that I could share this information as soon as possible. I have not really been that interested in Chanel O cases. I have one. It's more of a clutch style though. I'll try to find a picture, but I hadn't really been interested in this like zipper style, really thin O case, but I'm actually really impressed with this particular piece. I'm really excited to share my thoughts on this one. But for those of you who might be new to my channel, hi, I'm Katie. I just wanted to pop in here to ask that you please subscribe and like this video if you like what you're seeing. I post luxury fashion related content every Sunday and Wednesday, and your likes and subscribes, comments all really mean a lot to me. So I really look forward to seeing you here on this community. Back to the O case. I will put the dimensions of this particular piece on the screen. That's just for reference. Like I said, I hadn't been that interested in this like thin O case style before, so I don't know how the sizing goes. I mean, I know there's really small ones. There's like a small, I think there's a medium, and I feel like this is on the larger side for sure. So I'll put the centimeter dimensions so that you can get, you can compare that to whatever model you might be looking at. But this is the front and this is the back. I left the little tissue bit in so that you can see there's a pocket here. And as you can see, it's a little squishy, which is perfect. I will link the like totally raw unboxing video up above so you can check that out as well. You will see my really unfiltered reactions to opening this. I was not expecting it at all, so and I think you can tell in that video. So you might be able to see some more close-ups of this piece in that video, but you'll see it's a little squidgy. It's in this gorgeous navy color. It looks like a slightly distressed, I want to say lambskin, because sometimes lambskin can be really tough too. If not, I think this is a slightly distressed calfskin with gold hardware, but the gold is pretty matte. It's not a shiny hardware. And then there is this little kind of pearl ball chain detail on the zipper pull. If you open it, it just opens to one main compartment. You can see there is a zipper compartment in the back, and it is fabric lined on the inside. And that's pretty much all there is to this piece. It came with its own authenticity card and everything, which I thought was amazing. And I'm pretty certain that this layout is pretty standard for their classic O cases as well. So I think that's pretty much it when it comes to an overview. In terms of what fits inside, I have been able to carry this out maybe once or twice. I don't think I actually filmed my entire outfit or photographed it because it was like over the holidays and like taking outfit photos was not like the most top of mind at that point in time. But if I am able to take it out again, I will post more outfit shots on my Instagram. So definitely feel free to follow me there. That's where I will share like daily snippets of what I do, and also a lot more outfit photos so you can see how things look against my frame, how I kind of pair items into my outfit and things like that. But yeah, I will post more photos on my Instagram for sure. But when I did take this out, I was actually pretty impressed with how much fit inside. I am a believer that if you have these kinds of really thin, I call them envelope style SLGs that you can't fit a lot because it can't, there's not a lot of room here to like bulge and like give to like really voluminous items. And instead, if you had like papers or everything was pretty flat, didn't have a lot of curves, then like it, you know, everything would fit really easily into something that is this thin. And I still insist that that is true. There are certain SLGs that are like that, but this is not really one of them. The largest item that this will fit is an iPad Pro 11. So that's this size right here. I believe there's a 12-inch, which is larger. So this is not the largest iPad, but this size, you'll see there's no case on it, and it does fit inside. So if you needed an iPad case, like if you wanted a really fancy iPad case, like this could be it. You do have to like shimmy it in there a little bit. It doesn't fit, like, I just don't want the zipper to like severely scratch anything, but you'll see it popped in, and that's it. The iPad is in there. In terms of fitting anything else when the iPad's in there, I wouldn't. Unless you had like specific papers or receipts and things like that that you wanted to carry. You know what I mean? Like if you had certain documents that you wanted to carry with the iPad specifically, then I'd put them here, but like no charger is going to fit there, or at least I wouldn't, you know, stress put a charger in there or anything like that. I'd focus on keeping more of those like flat things to go in with the iPad. So I would say the 11-inch iPad is probably the largest kind of item you would be able to put in here. So that's for reference as well. If you have an iPad or you have a notebook that's the size of an iPad, things like that, like it'll give you good reference for that. If you watch the unboxing video, you probably know the inside joke with the iPad, because I wouldn't typically carry the iPad in here, but like someone else is super excited about the possibility of doing so. So when I typically carry this item, I would be carrying a card case. So this is my card case. This is the LV Game On Kirigami, the smallest size that comes in there. I've been using this as my wallet, so that fits, of course, very easily. What is this? My makeup pouch. It's like my catch-all. This is like a Fendi Celeria piece that, as you can see, has been just loved to death. But I love it. I just love how smushy it is. The Celeria line is like my favorite, but this is my catch-all. It also fits really easily inside, and there's plenty of space. You guys know how much I have been talking about this mask case, and this also fits really easily inside onto one side, and that's pretty much all that I would need to carry. I could lay a small or like thin pair of sunglasses on the top here, and of course I have my keys that I'd be able to just slide in here. But that's pretty much everything that I carry on the regular, and it's just like super comfortably fits inside of here. I don't feel like anything is getting pressed. I don't feel like anything is getting really squished. Everything feels really comfortable, and then it's really easy to just pop under your arm and carry and go. It's actually like a really comfortable fit, and a nice silhouette. Because I mean, if you've watched some of my videos, I think you would know I'm not a huge clutch person. So even the one other O case that I have is sort of the anomaly. I prefer bags that have a strap to them because I usually like to be hands-free, or I don't want to have to, like, I don't mind putting it under my armpit, but I think over time, like sometimes my arm just gets tired, and I just don't really want to be bothered with having it under my arm. But I do have that one Chanel O case that has, I don't know, I feel like there are just certain outfits where it just looks a lot better to have a bag that doesn't have straps, you know, that's not obstructed. You know, I just feel like there's certain outfits that are like meant for that, or just look a lot cooler that way. So I'm someone who will like live and die for the fashion. So I will like freeze to death, or I will sweat to death for the fit. Like I will do it for the outfit, you know? So I feel like this is actually really, really comfortable to be able to just kind of tuck underneath your arm. And I think it's a really, really beautiful piece to do that. I think, remember me being really excited that it's like squidgy? I think because of that little puffiness that it has, it makes it so that you can fit things really comfortably, and it's not as restrictive as I thought it would be because it is in this what I call envelope style. So as you saw, my makeup, my catch-all is actually really like 3D, but it doesn't like, how do I say, like you'll see it bulges a little bit, but it's not to the point where like, you know, the zipper's like wrinkling or it feels really, really uncomfortable on the inside. It's just, you know, it's enough, it has enough space where it can accommodate some volume, and it can, you know, you can put some 3D things in here. Like, am I gonna put a water bottle? Like, probably not, that's probably too big, but you know, I even think sunglasses would be okay outside of their hard case. The full case is probably too much, but like the smaller case, yeah, you could probably totally fit that in here. And I think that would actually work like really well. So that's what I was personally actually pleasantly surprised about. I know I did a what's in my bag first impressions on the kirigami piece as well. That one is a little bit smaller. It's about yay big. It's definitely smaller than this one. I won't be able to fit a mask case in that one. And I think I'm just, I feel like I'm getting to a place where I actually don't mind having hand carry like clutch bags. Maybe I'm just getting older. That's a possibility as well. It could also be that because I've had so much of my collection be focused on being hands-free, that I am now sort of missing, you know, the sort of tactileness. I would say that, I mean, this is not the most practical bag, so I do keep that in mind before I grab this bag. If I'm going to be like out like grocery shopping and doing errands and like all of this stuff, and I know it's going to be a day filled with like looking at a lot of things or shopping or stuff like that, then like I wouldn't carry this bag. This is not what I would gravitate towards, because the one thing I noticed is like I find it really comfortable to like carry like this under your arm, but then once I have bags or other things I need to carry, oh, then it starts getting on my nerves because I'm like, oh, it's really restrictive. Actually, what ends up happening is sometimes I'll put my bag in one of the shopping bags and then I'll just carry the shopping bag. I've done that before too. So I am a bit mindful of when I carry this with me. I feel like that's a pretty basic criteria to apply when you're picking what handbag you want. Like, first and foremost for me usually is like what would go best with my outfit, like either a color or a style that would go really good with my outfit, and then from there I'll like figure out and I'll double check whatever I want to wear that day is a good choice for what I'm going to be doing. I don't know, I'm going to an amusement park, like this would not be my first choice. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. This is really, I feel like, perfect for like a dinner date or a night out, which like admittedly I'm not doing that much of these days, but I look forward to carrying it a lot more for that in the near future. I actually really love this piece. It is now it is a really special piece to begin with anyway. Like the fact that this was a gift from Chanel, like I can't believe I'm saying that. But outside of that, it really has made me think otherwise about the O cases. My only criticism of the O cases is that I don't think this size comes out in a large, I don't think for this size, they come out with a lot of pretty colors. A lot of times they'll be like black, and I'm like, I want fun colors when it comes to SLGs, you know? Like your handbag can still be black and match with everything, but like I want to party on the inside. So if you do find one that you like, that's in a color that you like, then I think it's a really great SLG to have. If you want a really fancy iPad case, this is one right here. I don't know if you can really get, I mean, you could probably get like an Hermes thing too, but you know, this is pretty fancy. If you're looking for more of like an evening clutch, that you can work for a bit in like that you can kind of dress down for daytime, then I think this is also a great option for that. If you just want a catch-all that goes into one of your larger bags, let's say you're somebody who typically carries like a tote for work or something, and you want this to be your clutch within the bag where you know your wallet's in there, you know your essentials are in there. So if you needed to like pop out for lunch or something, you could just grab this and go. I think this is a great option for that as well. I feel like there are a lot of good use cases for this piece that I had previously dismissed personally. I felt like it wasn't really worth it. I didn't think a lot would fit, so I always focused on pieces that I felt like were a little bit larger or were hands-free, which is why I have like a walk in my collection and things like that. But really, I think it's actually pretty fabulous. So if you wanted to have one, if you wanted to add one to your collection, I think it's a great piece. I don't know how much these retail for now. I'm pretty sure they are over, like this larger size is probably over $1,000, because when I looked a long time ago, I remember they were like 800, 825, something like that, before tax. So I'm sure they are way into the thousands now, because that was a few years ago. If you're somebody where it doesn't have to be hands-free, you're looking for something a little bit larger than like a classic walk and a little less restrictive than a classic walk, and you know, you want to be able to carry it for a quick brunch date, but also maybe a dinner date, and also want to be able to put it in larger bags when you're traveling or when you're working, then I think this might actually be a better option than the walk, just given how much more expensive the walks have gotten recently. This might be better bang for your buck. As long as you're okay that it's not a hands-free option. There aren't a whole lot of bells and whistles that go onto it, but you do have the iconic logo and the pocket on the back. So I think that's everything. That was the what's in my bag and first impressions of the Chanel O case. And I hope you found it helpful. If you have any other specific questions, feel free to leave them down below or head on over to Instagram, and I'd be happy to help however I can. If you like this video and you found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate all of your feedback and support. If you like this kind of content and you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I post new fashion related content every Sunday and Wednesday. So until next time,